Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still seeing clouds out there this morning and breezy conditions. We are currently in a wind advisory and expecting windy conditions as we move through today. In the last hour, we saw our peak wind up around 38 miles per hour and expecting that to continue as we go through today. Still a few showers around the region, but starting to slowly move off to the northeast, and we should stay mainly dry as we go through the remainder of the day. Maybe a few isolated showers swinging through the region late afternoon, early evening, but not looking like a very high chance of any impacts from that. If we take a look at our current surface analysis, have this area of low pressure over the eastern Great Lakes, keeping much of the eastern part of the country under a tight pressure gradient this morning. So that's keeping those winds on the breezy side. There is this cold front draped south from that area of low pressure that's just now starting to move slowly through our area. That's going to help clear some clouds out and have those winds shift a little more westerly for the afternoon, but likely seeing those clouds building back in as we get later in the day and into the evening. But if we look at our upper level winds from this morning sounding, we have some south-southwesterly winds through much of the column, a bit more southwesterly at times, seeing those winds 40 to 50 knots in the mid to lower levels, and then seeing those winds up 60 to 70 knots as we get up in the mid and upper levels, and seeing our peak winds at 71 knots at 25,000 feet. The freezing level today is at 9,200 feet. We'll take a quick look at the local radar this morning. We can see those showers continuing to move off to the northeast. Did see a few light showers push through here locally at Wallops, but looks like most of the activity is moving out of the area and likely not seeing any more impacts from those as we move through the morning. We'll look at our current visible satellite. We can see lots of clouds over the area, but some breaks in the clouds as we go off to the southwest behind that front. And we'll likely see some partly cloudy conditions by the time we get later in the morning into the early part of the afternoon. And then we'll see some additional clouds building in as we get later in the day today. If we look at our high resolution model, see how things play out over the next 48 hours. Again, as we go through the day, see those showers moving more off to the northeast, some mostly sunny to partly cloudy periods, and then as we get into the evening, you see here a few radar returns passing through the region, so very slight chance of a light shower pushing through. Otherwise, just some increasing clouds as we go into the evening time frame. Things should remain fairly breezy and cloudy, or mostly cloudy overnight. And as we get into the start of the day on Saturday, we'll likely start off mostly cloudy and then quickly become partly cloudy. But once again, we'll see another breezy to windy day as we move through the day on Saturday. Finally start to see those winds weakening some as we go overnight Saturday and into the start of Sunday, when we should see some mostly sunny conditions too as we get into the day on Sunday. If we zoom out here, look at the longer term model, we'll see high pressure starting to build into the region from the south on Sunday, but we will see a tight gradient for the afternoon hours, so we'll likely see conditions become breezy at times as we get into the afternoon, and then those winds should die off as we go into the evening. We'll see a quick moving weak area of low pressure coming across the region as we go overnight into early on Monday morning. That does have a chance of maybe bringing a few light showers through the area during the early morning hours on Monday, but then that should be out of the area as we get into the start of the day next week. Maybe even seeing a pop-up shower for the afternoon hours on Monday, but overall things looking pretty dry. That continues as we go into the day on Tuesday with dry conditions, and as we get into the day on Wednesday, another area of low pressure tracking across the country is going to lift a warm front through our local region, keep some mild temperatures over the local area, and possibly even a light shower with that boundary early on Wednesday morning, and then looking mostly dry as we go through the daytime hours on Wednesday. And then as that area of low pressure continues to move through, a dying cold front approaches the area, looking to be very weak by the time it approaches the local Wallops region. So likely seeing some of the shower activity being indicated, not making it into our local area, but still nonetheless a chance of maybe seeing a few showers, mainly early on our Thursday. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we do have those yellow conditions for precip and lightning this morning, as well as those reduced ceilings of visibilities with that shower activity. Those should be coming to an end as we go further through the morning time frame as those showers are moving off to the northeast. Keeping that red risk for winds at or above 25 knots through the entirety of the day, as we are currently in the wind advisory, and expecting those winds to stay elevated through the day. Mainly out of the west-southwest, 15 to 20 knots sustained, gusting up to 35 knots continuing through the afternoon. We'll see temperatures up around 67 degrees for our high today, and as we move into the afternoon hours, likely starting off partly cloudy and then seeing a ceiling develop around 5,000 feet for the later part of the afternoon. We do keep a yellow chance for precip as we get to the later portion of the afternoon and into the first portion of the morning, with the chance of a few isolated showers passing through the area. But otherwise, as we go into the evening time frame, we'll just keep clouds around and keep things fairly breezy through the overnight, seeing those gusts continue up to 25 knots, and then things picking back up as we get into the start of the day on Saturday. And tides are running slightly above normal. Weekend forecast, mainly partly cloudy to mostly sunny conditions, but we'll see a windy day on Saturday. So we do have that red risk for winds that are above 25 knots, seeing a high around 65 degrees. We'll see mostly clear conditions Saturday night, and then again mostly sunny on Sunday, and slightly breezy for Sunday in the afternoon, so keeping an orange risk of those winds at or above 25 knots with a high around 70 degrees. If we look at our extended forecast here, we'll see that slight chance of an AM shower early Monday morning, but overall through the day looking pretty dry with a high around 70 degrees. And then Tuesday we'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions, dry conditions with high just shy of 70 degrees on Tuesday, and then back into the 70s as we get into the middle portion of the week. Another slight chance of a few showers early on Wednesday morning, otherwise mostly cloudy, slightly breezy through the day, and then continue mostly cloudy conditions as we go into Thursday, and a slight chance of a few showers with that week boundary approaches on Thursday. So that's going to wrap up our 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend.